Okay, so here we are, and we are in the implement phase of the design process. So we just created another round of prototypes, and we tested them with a stakeholder and reflected and kind of processed all the feedback that we got. And we're ready to start to think about what would this idea look like if we were to actually implement it in the field. So we have this first tool that's called Refine Your Idea. And really what it's asking us to do is, again, kind of take everything we've learned from the entire design process, but most importantly, kind of the last round of prototyping, and make sense of it and develop, like, what is this concept that we're going to move forward now based on everything that we've learned. So I'm going to go back to the test another area, and I'm going to look at the summary page. And I'm going to just copy, or the alignment page rather. Or maybe both of them.
Bring it all over?
Yeah, I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some little screenshots. Okay. And then we'll see if we want to. Okay, let me insert those. Okay.
Awesome.
Right. So we can reference them, and then if we want to also cut and paste, we can.
Okay.
But so the top one is from the summary, and then the bottom one is from the alignment. So just to, I guess, review, like, we landed on creating a narrative-based, video-based, and comic book style way of communicating to families, caregivers, and children strategies for learning how to learn. But not doing it in like a cut and dry, like text-based way, but doing it in more of this like kind of entertaining story. And then we also, another, I think, really important insight is that it's for families by families. So instead of coming from actually experts, it's coming from people who've had success in this experience already.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really who's sharing the expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else? I'm really inspired by this like StoryCorps idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. And I honestly was almost already just thinking of, because the first thing in Refine Your Idea is like concept title.
Yep.
And I was like, I think that one way to think about our concept title is not necessarily, like, it might be cooler if it was called like, the superheroes of learning in the future, but it could also be like just a great title for what this idea is that really allows us to communicate it. So I wonder if it's something like learning stories for all, or something that's just like, if you learn about the name of this thing, you get a pretty good idea of what it is.
Yeah.
So less Apple and more like storagesolutions.com.
Yeah,
like, okay,
totally.
I know what you do.
Stories from home, learning how to learn during a pandemic. I mean, I don't know if that's too.
Yeah, is it like, or what about like learning core, story learning? I don't know. All right.
Learning stories. I mean, it could just be like,
Yes, learning in the title is, I mean, because okay, so you just said all these things. I'm just going to repeat them sort of for my own creative process is like, so the ideas are that it's sort of, it's story based, which is in a way really entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be entertainment, but it is entertaining and engaging. And it's, the expertise is because it's for families by families.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about learning how to learn and learning from home. So, if even you distill it down, it's like stories, family, learning, home.
And like people who are like really good, like, I mean, maybe it's like home learning heroes.
Yeah. Learning heroes. Maybe, yeah. Learning, and maybe that's it. Learning heroes. And then I liked your subtitle. I think that still is quite probably important. Although we use the word learning a lot now, but
yeah. Stories about how to learn best from home.
Yeah.
Stories from home about how to learn best.
Yeah. Or stories from families about how to learn best at home.
Yep, about how to learn best at home. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, great. It's great. I love it. Okay, so concept description. So we just kind of talked about it.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm just going to reiterate these 5 buckets that I thought were quite helpful, at least, which was that it's about stories, it's about families, sort of families as experts. Wait, am I already losing this? And then it's also about, yeah, I've lost it.
Sorry, stories, families, lived experience and expertise.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also about learning how to learn.
Learning how to learn. Stories about families and their lived experience and expertise in learning how to learn.
Yeah.
During a pandemic?
Yeah, maybe we add one more post-it that's some of the other structure part of it, which is like the fact that we imagine this as like a video series that can exist as printed documents, some of those kind of things.
Yep. Yeah. So like
a little more than the headline.
Short videos and comics. Short, do we want to say animated?
Yeah.
And then I think like practical tips. Practical advice or tips coming from the story.
Yeah.
And then there's also like the other piece of like a platform for how to share
and get feedback. Yeah. That was the other big thing, right?
So maybe the heroes are like featured in these stories, but then they're also like coaches or,
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's not learning heroes. Maybe it's like learning adventures. But no.
Adventures in learning?
Yeah. Should I Google that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe it doesn't really matter. Like, okay, we could hire that exists as a thing on the internet.
Is there adventures in learning from home?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe then it's also a little bit of the choose your own adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. adventures and learning from home. All right, I like that. And I like that the stories are the heroes of these adventures.
Yep.
Um, and the families in those stories. So yeah, that's cool. That might give us a little bit more of a more robust framework to fit some of this into.
Yep. And then choose your own adventure. I'm going to put that here as well. Like, cool. Okay, like looking back here. So real stories, website to come back and contribute, call to action, very important. Choose your own adventure. I think we got it all, basically.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so the objectives. Okay. Ooh, so we are hoping. Um, all right, so we are hoping to help kids build skills around learning how to learn, or learning maybe skills around understanding how they learn best.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's better than learning how to learn.
Yeah, I think I like the way that you described it. I mean, also we're using learning how to learn a lot, so it's nice to put some different language to it.
Yeah. Help families feel confident that their children's learning is on track during this crisis. Offer new ideas for when the things you have been doing aren't working.
And I think there's one also about sort of the like sharing and feedback and community building behavior around this as well.
Creating a community of grassroots support for families learning at home. Is there anything else?
Yeah, I think that seems great.
Okay, cool. All right, so implementation. We don't have to use all of these. There's like the object, I guess, is, maybe I'll get a different size post-it. The platform, or maybe that's the space. Platform and online community. And the objects are the stories.
Yeah.
Video and comic. Communication is like families sharing on platform.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a role of like curators or coaches.
I think there's this element of like, this is all kind of, it's just in time, like whenever you need it.
Yeah.
Great. Is there anything else that we would need to?
I wonder about, I don't know, I mean, where this might fit in under events or under rituals, maybe, which is just like, how do we get people used to this new platform and this new way of working? I mean, this is not, I mean, in a way, it's maybe something that's happening informally right now, but like, you know, a new platform, a new cycle of like gathering something, posting something, getting feedback. There might need to be some sort of training of early adopters or something maybe not dissimilar from the Airbnb photo story of like how do you sort of set the example with some, you know, like early all stars of really high quality stuff. I don't know, something like that.
I'm gonna put this here. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else we need to consider?
I mean, maybe it would be great to have some sort of like launch,
yep.
Which I know is not. I mean, I guess it's hard for me not to see it as sort of like implementation, as opposed to sort of like keeping it going or something. I think we've landed on a lot of the like habits of behavior, but something like a launch could be really cool.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I think that seems good. What do you think? Are we missing anything?
Yeah. No, I think that's high level. Like, I mean, I wonder if we actually like spread this out so it's like we need the learning coaches, but we also need like content curators
and moderators or
creators.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Indicators. How will we know if it's working?
Well, people will be signing up for it. And maybe these go together, but content is being uploaded and content is being, you know, downloaded, but maybe that's not the right word. Like, you know, clearly there's like clicks and engagement and downloads, things like that.
So it's like families will sign up and watch, read. Families will engage with each other on the platform. Early adopters will emerge.
You know, is there an indicator around the learning outcome that we can try to figure out?
Yeah, I mean, I think like students, I think one indicator would be that families report that learning, that children are having success.
Yeah.
There's another one, which is maybe like less conflict around learning from home.
Oh, yeah. Maybe for parents, it's like less anxiety or something, or just like, I mean, I'm trying to sort of actually lean back into like what Arjun was saying, which is, I don't know that he's anxious. It's just, you know, it would be better if, so maybe it's the conflict one. I don't know. But like, yeah, it just would be better if it's seamless. Like it goes better. It's a little more.
Yep. To manage learning from home. That's great. Maybe anxiety and I'll put stress. Oh, I think another indicator in a way is like students begin managing their learning on their own.
Yeah.
And I guess actually, like, this is another one. It's like families actually do the tips.
Yeah, that's true.
Awesome. All right. Do we feel good about how we've kind of developed the idea?
Yeah, I think that seems great.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep going.